it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, My Asexual Life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now, post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content, if you find it useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form. And if you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this beautiful book. Hi Ray! Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com, the founder of Asexualised Academy. Welcome to today's episode. It is Christmas Eve, so I wanted to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. I have been trying to do a live stream on an app, but clearly I don't think it's worked because I can't see the video on YouTube. So I tried to do it earlier. So it looks like for the next couple of days, I'm not going to be able to live stream at all because I'm going away to my parents for Christmas Day and Boxing Day. So I do apologise for that. If I have a chance to do a quick video, which will be recorded rather than live, then I will do that for you. But it might be good to rest my voice because my voice is getting a little bit, I've got hair in my mouth. My voice is getting a little bit croaky. I just did a live stream on my other channel. Hope you have a nice time. Thank you, Ray. So, you know, if you don't hear from me, well, you won't see me live streaming for the next 2 days. So if you don't hear from me, don't be sad. I will be back and I love you dearly. And if I could stream, then I would. But this video is all about, do you really want what you think you want? And I'm scared. Right, so what am I talking about? So, as usual, on this channel, I follow and you follow my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. And if you haven't caught up with this channel yet and what I've been getting up to, I have decided to go back into possibly dating heterosexual guys, which is really scary for me, you know? So I'm very scared, right? And so I go to a club now, I go out dancing, I can meet younger foreign guys, I can kiss them. In that time, right, I'm nervous about going to the club, only because I have anxiety still. But when I get there, I have a whale of a time, and my anxiety just completely goes, really. And when I say completely goes, it's still, you know, it's still a little bit of things that can be a bit nerve-wracking. And so last week, on Tuesday last week, which is a week ago now, because we're on Tuesday this week, Christmas Eve, when I'm recording this live for you, then I met a Bangladeshi guy who was kissing me in the club, right? And we did have fun together. He was nice looking and he wore the street clothes I love, and we looked really happy together in photographs. He took his photograph of me and then he asked my number, and I immediately said, I don't like sex, I don't want sex, right? And he said, no, we can be friends. And so I gave him my number. And he said he wanted to see me again. But clearly he wanted more than friends because he was all about me being his girl and stuff like that, which obviously I'm not because I don't know the guy. He's holding my hand and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of like uncertainty about what he actually wants, because he said he does want an English girlfriend. So, but at the moment I'm thinking he just wants to date, right? And hang out, right? So he said he didn't like sex and he didn't like alcohol, which I thought he was lying when he said that, right? Because I'm pretty sure he's lying, because obviously he was trying to do stuff to turn me on. However, when I gave him my number and said I don't like sex, just because he said we could be friends. When I said I don't like sex, sorry, and I won't be doing that, he said no, we can be friends. And he did say, I love kissing. Do you love kissing? And I said, yeah, I do love kissing. So he actually was the one who talked about kissing before I did. He said he didn't like sex, which I think is a lie, but he said that he does like kissing. And I do believe him on that, because I saw his eyes light up when he was talking about kissing. And he was trying to kiss me quite a bit in the beginning, which I wasn't having any of, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that with a Bangladeshi guy, because I prefer Indian guys in general, right? So I had to consciously allow myself to do that or walk away from him, right? Or just not accept his advances, right? So, and I need to know if he smoked first, which he said he didn't do, and he didn't vape, and he didn't like it. So if I'm taking on face value on that, then okay. But, you know, but I do know he loves kissing. I don't think he was lying about that. I really don't, because I saw his face light up when he talked about kissing. I saw in his eyes he loves the kissing. And I know he specifically loved my kissing because I'm very good at kissing. I'm very skilled in this area. Oh, thanks for the other thumbs up. Right? So the reason I think he's lying about the alcohol for definite is because he asked me twice if I wanted to drink at the bar. If he wasn't into alcohol, he wouldn't have asked me that, right? And I told him I don't drink, I only have water. But he only had water in front of me. What I would have preferred him to say is, yeah, I do like sex, but, you know, I appreciate you don't want it. Unless he's a virgin. I can't even know how old this guy is. He might be a virgin. Might not be the fact he doesn't like sex, but he's not done that before, so he doesn't know what the heck he's doing, even though he's really good looking, right? It could be possible. And I don't think he's lived in this country. Well, I don't know how long he's lived in this country for. Again, there was discrepancies about what he was saying, which means that there's either dishonesty there, confusion there. So that is kind of red flags. You know, he said that he has to go. His dad's dead. He said his mum lives in London. I said, how long have you been in this country? He said, I've been here a year, but I'm not sure if he meant in this country for a year or if he meant going between Exeter and London for a year. Because first of all, he said he was on holiday, then he changed his mind and said he was. So, you know, this is kind of like red flags. And I'm like, Sandra, do you even want to see this guy again if he's giving you already these red flags? Because it's like I said in previous videos, if you have red flags, should you even pursue someone who's giving you some red flags, right? And so it's very difficult, isn't it? It's like, do you take an opportunity or is it just going to be a disaster? Do you just think this guy's a load of rubbish and don't bother seeing him again? Or do I give him a chance and see how it goes seeing him in person again? So it's kind of like really difficult for me, right? Because what I've wanted, as I've been saying on this channel for a long time, is a young foreign guy that's really into kissing, that's good looking, into kissing, I can go on dates with, right? That's what I've been saying for a very long time. But really, I want an asexual guy. I don't really want a sexual guy. Because the sexual guys make me kind of scared, like, you know, because I'm worried that, you know, it might lead to sex, right? But I don't think I'm just worried about that. I think I'm worried about getting hurt as well, obviously. I don't think it's just about it. Because he's told me he won't have sex with me, and I have to believe him on that because I won't do it anyway. So I know I can trust myself on that. It doesn't matter what happens. He's never going to get sex out of me in a million years. So if he is lying about that, which he probably is, he ain't going to get that from me. That's for certain. So, and I know I'm that good at kissing that someone could just love me kissing them. The right person could love me kissing them for a very long time. Anyway, so last night I said that I sent a message to him, right? And didn't expect to hear from him again. I was wrong because I heard from him again this morning. Well, in the early hours of the morning, he messaged me. So this is the latest, right? So basically, I gave the message, didn't I? So he sent me in a message, what job do I do? Not meet you again, yes. So he wanted to know about whether he's going to meet me again, because I said that I was busy over Christmas and New Year, which is true. I'm not just going to drop my plans to him. So I told him what I do in terms of work. And I said, I'm looking for a guy for a relationship, not a casual meetup. I am looking for a guy who is totally honest with me and who doesn't need sex and who supports me in my work. Someone will have intelligent conversation with me and wants something deep and meaningful, and someone who will arrange a week in advance to see me so I can put it on my calendar and schedule it in advance. All my friends have to book time in to see me, not just expect me to drop my plans for them. If you're not this type of guy, then it won't work with us. I need a guy who will put a lot of time, energy, and effort into having a real relationship with me, not a casual hookup. Right, so I didn't expect to hear from him again, right? I wake up this morning to 3 short sentences from him, right? So basically, he wrote this at 3:39 in the morning. So I'm not sure if he went out clubbing, because obviously I went to Timepiece. That's how I met him last week. And obviously he's free, single agent. He can do it same as I can do what I like. If I want to go out dancing, I'll boom and go out dancing, right? Where I see this guy or not. So anyway, it was 3:39 in the morning, and he said, just kiss, not sex. I like kiss, no sex. Right? So I said, I like kissing a lot. I also like going to the cinema and out for food and intelligent conversation. Why don't you like sex? He put you cinema, I'm like cinema. Because don't forget, he doesn't seem very good at talking English. I don't know if that's part of the problem. Or if it's, like I said, some foreign guys, they just use that, pretending they don't have a clue what you're talking about. But he said before he's understood previous messages. So I'm going to treat him like he does know what I'm talking about, right? You know, rather than him playing dumb. Do you know what I mean? I don't accept people playing dumb with me, you know. So he put, you cinema, I'm like cinema. Tomorrow cinema show you, right? Meaning he wanted to take me to the cinema tomorrow, right? Which is Christmas Day. I have to give him his due. This guy does want to see me, right? Probably because I'm really good at kissing, right? Probably the physical stuff, because a lot of guys, when they first meet, especially heterosexual guys, they're attracted to the physical aspect, right? But, you know, he's been messaging me now for a week, since last Tuesday. So he obviously is a bit interested in me. It's not like someone who just randomly sends you one message and never hear from them again. He has got some genuine interest in kissing me again. But you see, I do really like kissing. I can't deny it. I love kissing. It's just that he's not the best kisser in terms of, like, he's got too much teeth he gives me. You know, I mean, more tongue, less teeth. I don't like sharp objects in my mouth. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I can train him. I will train him up so he's good at kissing me the way I like if I'm going to see him again, right? Because I need that. I'll be leading the way, I think. Because he goes, "Oh, you like to lead that?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." And if I lead it, I'm more in control and it's less scary for me anyway, right? So anyway, it's nice that he likes the cinema too, right? It's good that we have something in common, because we might have more in common. I don't know, right? But I know I like this guy a little bit more than I should. That's why I don't like it, because I've got red flags with him, and already my heartstrings are a bit towards him, because we do look really happy together. I did have a really nice time with this guy. I did have a really nice time. I loved his clothes. I mean, his clothes are gorgeous. They are really, you know, stunning. I have clothes attraction. So I get attracted to a guy based on the clothes he wears. And that's not the only thing, but that's a big factor. His clothes were like just something out of a street dance movie that I'm so attracted to. Like, you know, not the person with the clothes. It's like, give me the clothes. But I like the person in the clothes. Do you know what I mean? Because it kind of, the face makes it all right. And, you know, I do deserve a really hot, gorgeous looking guy for me, despite the fact I'm asexual. And we have to remember this, being asexual. So just because we're asexual doesn't mean to say we have to have someone ugly as a partner. It doesn't mean to say we have to have someone who's not very good looking. Do you know what I mean? We have to have the confidence in ourselves to know that we can be with a good looking person without sex, you know, and that we've got so much going for us, personality wise and in our own right, that the person should love us for who we are without the sex, right? If they don't, move on. But this guy knows he's not going to get sex out of me. I have reiterated it several times. So whatever happens, he's not going to get sex out of me, right? Right. And the only way I guess I would really find that out is to test him and say, all right, let's have sex, which I don't want to do. But you know what I mean? But that would be a real way of telling, or start talking to him about sex stuff. But then, you know, it's kind of giving them the wrong impression. Do you know what I mean? So I could ask him why he didn't like sex, but I just think he's not going to answer me. But I did ask him that and he didn't answer me. Did you notice? But for all I know, he might not have actually had it. If he hasn't been in this country more than a year, it's possible he might not have had it. Although he's a really good looking guy, which clearly he gives off sexual vibes in the sense of his aura. In the sense of, although I don't feel direct sexual energy specifically like I used to around guys, you know, just, I told you I was a bit intimidated by this guy because of his whole aura. I mean, seriously, he does look like someone out of a street dance movie. And it's like, you know, like, I've got to remember not to put guys on pedestals. You must not put someone on a pedestal. I am just as good looking as him in the female form. I'm just as worthy of getting a good looking guy because I am a good looking girl and I'm worth it. Do you know what I mean? So you mustn't put guys or anyone on a pedestal and think that they're any better than you are, because they're not better than you are, right? And you're just as good looking. You have to remember that, right? So I put, tomorrow is Christmas Day and I am away at my parents'. I told you that already. I want a guy who listens to me. You don't listen to me. So I thought, Sandra, stop writing a long text to him. He just give him short sentences like he's giving you. Maybe you'll understand that more, right? And then he put, when meet with you. So he's now listening to me and asking me when I want to meet with him, right? So I didn't reply to that straight away because I wasn't going in the shower. So I put, I'm not exactly sure when at the moment, which is true. But you can pay for me to go to Nando's and the cinema with you one day if you like, question mark. So I'm not going to pay. If he wants to see me, he can pay to take me to the cinema. He can pay to take me to Nando's, right? This is what most women do, you know, like obviously when I'm with my friends and stuff, I usually pay half and half. But if he's that desperate to see me, if he wants to spend time with me, if he wants me to kiss him, which I probably will end up kissing him, if he wants to do that, he can pay for it. I don't have the money to go out at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I've just had Christmas. I'm going over my family's and come back to work. You know, like I'm a person who strictly budgets my money, you know, and also, you know, I'm my best friend Sam's, who usually watches channel. They're coming down on the 4th of January. I've got to save money for that. So, do you know what I'm saying? And my rent's just coming out this week. I'm not going to go around. If he wants to see me, he can pay for it. You know, that's what traditional gentlemanly guys do. So he can do that, right? He was already talking before about, oh, I should be buying you a Christmas present if you're my girl. I'm thinking, I said I don't know you, so we're not in a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Even though I want a relationship with a guy, you know what I mean? It's like, if you want to buy me a present, fine, but you know, I'm not actually your girl. I'm not actually in a relationship with you at the moment. So, you know, that bit is relevant, basically. So he got back to me. He put, got back to me about half an hour later. He put, okay, I pay. I'm everything pay, you not pay, it's okay. So that's good. So he said he will pay for everything, right? So I've kind of got nothing to lose because he's going to pay for the cinema, he's going to pay for the food, right? So I've kind of got nothing to lose apart from if I get too attached to this guy and end up really liking him, which I've got a feeling I might do because I do have some feelings, obviously, because there's obviously some feelings between us because otherwise he wouldn't be messaging me for a week. Do you know what I mean? So I watch other dating coaches all the time. I do a lot of learning from them to improve my own relationship skills, right? And I know it's a bit horrible, but oh, thanks, Sarah. Really appreciate you being here. Thanks for being part of my community, by the way. Sending you lots of friendship love. So yeah, because this guy's Bangladeshi that I'm talking about, younger than me, I think. I'm always younger than everyone. Birth certificate probably younger, but I'm sure he is. So yeah, so it's really good, you know. So you know, if he wants to see me, he can pay for everything, right? That's a traditionally gentlemanly thing to do. So let's get back to a bit of old-fashioned gentlemanly, womanly stuff. Me be feminine, him be masculine. Great, let's see how it goes, right? So, and I also saw in another coaching video that you need to train dogs like puppies. Now, I'm not saying this is a good thing. I think it's a bit weird of people saying this, right? I've got male friends. I respect guys. I don't treat them like puppies usually, right? But I've made mistakes in, oh, hi, Heather. Merry Christmas to you too. I've made mistakes in the past of doing things that are not getting me results, right? And obviously this guy's a traditional heterosexual guy. He's not an asexual guy. So I wouldn't usually treat an asexual guy like a puppy, right? I wouldn't usually treat people like that, right? But it says you need to treat, the reason they say that is because they say guys need training like a puppy. That you need to tell them when they're doing something right. So when, like, say a dog does something right, then you give a dog a treat to say, oh, that's right, you know, here's your treat. So that's how you're supposed to train men to meet your standards and accept your boundaries and to pursue you and to be a good quality guy for you and make you his priority. By, you know, like when he does something right, you praise him and say, yeah, that's really good. And I train someone like a puppy is a big, like, kind of like very condescending, belittling analogy, right? And I'm not saying this to do this to asexuals, right? I'm talking in this specific video of, you know, like, why I'm scared is because this guy is not asexual, right? And obviously, you know, this is what I've learned from other dating coaches, and I think it's good for me to test that stuff out, see if they're right. They have, you know, I do a lot of dating coaching stuff on these videos, but I can always learn more. I need to improve myself. I've already been learning from other dating coaches for about 1.5 years, I think it is now. Be 2 years in March, April next year. So I know a lot more than I did, but it's good to test some of these things out because these are guy dating coaches. They understand men's minds better than I do in terms, you know, in general heterosexual minds, how their brain works in general, you know. I mean, obviously this has been stereotypical, but, you know, why not try things and learn things, right? Because I clearly have been doing things wrong in the past, right? I don't want to keep making the same mistakes. If I need to do something different, I need to learn and experiment and try it. If it doesn't work, then I just don't do it again, right? But I do think the method of praising someone, if they've done something you like and is good for you, that you give them that feedback, because it is psychologically, obviously, going to be in your favor. Because a person's getting told all the time, you're not doing the right thing, I don't like this about you, I don't like that, it's going to make them go away from you. If you say to them, I really appreciate you doing that, thank you, they're going to feel like, oh, this person appreciates me, I want to be around someone who likes me for who I am, who appreciates me for who I am more. It's kind of like basic psychology, right? Someone makes you feel good about yourself, you want to be around that person more. If someone makes you feel great to be in their company, you're going to want to be around them a lot more. And so it is, like it obviously is a nice thing to do. So I just replied, that's good, and I really like that and appreciate you doing that, thank you, and put a kiss on there. So he knows I'm happy, and he's not pushed me for when that is, right? Which is good, because at the moment, as soon as I started doing that, I'm getting really scared, because it's one thing for me to go out in club again, right? There's security guards there. It's a very, very, very enclosed environment. I feel really safe there. I kind of got loads of people around me, but going out with this guy on my own is very scary for me. Obviously, I'm going to go out with him in the city. I'm not going to be going out on my own, but like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, what time am I going to go meet him? When am I going to get back home? How am I going to get back home? Am I going to get back on my own? Am I going to get him to walk me? When you shouldn't always do that, if you don't want them to know where you live. Then I've got to think about what time it's going to be at night. And, I haven't got the money for a taxi, so they need to pay for that, or I need to take spare money just in case with me, which is always a good idea anyway, even though the guy says he's going to pay for everything. It's really good for you to have your own cash, so you can just, do whatever you want and get a taxi home if you need to. But, if I'm seeing him more at reasonable times, then I can just leave and say, I've got to go home now, right? But, it is scary for me, because it's like, what if it goes bad, and what if it goes really well? Do you know what I mean? And being, it makes me, like I told you in 2014 when I first found out I was asexual, right? I felt like I was wetting myself and couldn't date heterosexual guys anymore. I kind of got that feeling back again this morning, wetting myself, because I'm like, oh my God, it's because I know he's going to expect me to kiss him. And I do love kissing so much, but when someone expects you to kiss, it's very different to when you just do it. Do you know what I mean? Excuse me. But, do I really want what I think I want? Because all the time I've been saying I want a guy who's really into kissing. And I can meet up for dates and go kissing, which potentially he could just be that type of person. Younger, foreign, good looking, wears the clothes I like some of the same stuff I do. So, it could be really good. But then that's a fantasy, airy fairy. In terms of real relationship material, at the moment, this guy isn't really relationship material. He's not Indian for a start, which I do prefer Indian guys. And I can't have a decent conversation with him at the moment, because he just does all this text speak all the time, and he doesn't listen all the time. But obviously he has listened now, because I said you don't listen, and they said, okay, when can I meet you? So he's putting the emphasis back on me. But I don't want to arrange a date yet, because I don't want to be nervous and scared all through Christmas, thinking, I've set the date, and just worrying about it. In some ways, I might want to do it more spontaneously, because I've told him I need it booking up a week in advance. But to be honest, my anxiety, that's in my anxiety through the roof. To be honest, sometimes it's better just to say I'm free, in a few hours, or I'm free tomorrow in this type of scenario, because then I haven't got long to worry about it. So if I'm really nervous and freaking out and scared, I've got less time to be anxious about it. Do you see what I mean? I can just get on and do it, and then calm myself down. I can find with heterosexual guys, after a while, I do be calmer with them, because I've got my boundaries in place, I've got my standards, and they know about them, and I'm used to being around them, I'm used to holding them, and I'm used to them being okay with that and being comfortable, and them not pushing me further than I want to go, and I'm remain assertive, and then it can become less of an effort and more relaxed around them. So, it doesn't necessarily stay like that. But I was thinking, I'm really scared, because I know this guy really wants to kiss me. And why I really love kissing, one is, I told you, he does show me a bit too much, he's kissing me a bit too much with his teeth, which I don't kind of like. That's a bit worrying. And secondly, he's not asexual. And thirdly, I think he's lying about the sex and no alcohol. Do you see what I mean? But it doesn't matter if he's lying about the no sex, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to have any sex with him anyway. So by reiterating for a week that he's not going to have sex with me, he's basically chained himself to that idea now, and that philosophy that whenever he sees me, it isn't going to lead to that ever. because he's told me that. So if he does start wanting to do that with me, he's going to definitely be a liar then, isn't he? And he's not going to want to be a liar. So, but obviously he could change his mind. He could say, well, I've changed my mind now. I like you. And he could start putting on the pressure more. So you've got to watch that, you know? But then I can say, well, okay, go and find someone else then. Go and find someone else, you know? So this video is all about, do you want what you really think you want? Because, you know, I have been saying I want a younger foreign guy, really good looking, to be in my city and live near me but not with me. He actually lives at the opposite end of the city to me, so he doesn't actually live near me, but who I can go out on dates with, kiss and have a good time with. And theoretically he's like this, but he's not asexual, because I want an asexual and I wanted a life partner rather than someone I just date, you know, because I can't see this guy getting really serious. I don't know though, because he said he wanted an English girlfriend, so but I presume he's just seeing other women because that's what they do, and I must make sure I see other guys. I must make sure, something I always do is I always like jump in too soon with one guy. I must make sure that I don't just see him, that I do still go out dancing, that I do still engage in conversation with other guys, I do still look for a life partner, you know? Because if this guy, which clearly doesn't seem to be a life partner material, I still have to look for a life partner, right? Unless this guy changes, you should never think anyone's going to change. You should just think they are who they are. This means I still have to be available for a life partner. If I'm with this guy all the time, I'm not going to be available to find someone else, am I? So I must remember that I don't, you know, if I go dancing, I don't have to go dancing with this guy, you know, which is the danger. If I start seeing this guy regularly, I can end up doing this with him. And I do like it. It's nice, you know, and he did pass the toilet test last time, which is like, basically, if I go to the toilet, is he going to dance with other women? He didn't. He stood back against the wall. So he wasn't going up and dancing with other women. And when I was dancing with him, he wasn't really looking at other women, even though he comes across just looking at him as though he's going to be into lots of women. He wasn't like going around like, you know, while I was dancing with him, he wasn't going around like really interested in looking at other women. He wasn't straying away, you know, like the other heterosexual, hypersexual guy who I've danced with twice, the Indian guy who I've never kissed. He is very much like always like looking at other women as well, you know, taking time to dance with them as well if he can get the opportunity to, and that type of thing. Keep your options open. Yes, Heather, exactly. I need to keep my options open. It's something I haven't been good at doing because I like black and white thinking all the time. I'm with the person or I'm not, but with this guy, I'm going to have to keep my options open all the time with him. That's going to be hard. That's going to be such a challenge. It's going to be such a challenge for me to go out and dance with someone else and possibly kiss someone else. No, I've kissed this guy and seen this guy, because to me, in the past, I've always thought that is cheating, but I'm not cheating if I'm not actually in a relationship with this guy and this guy isn't committed to me. I have to remember that, you know, I have to change myself. It's really hard for me. It's like 2020 is going to be a challenge for me in terms of relationships, but I'm looking forward to it. I have to do different things. I cannot do what I was doing in the past because that is very dangerous for me. I cannot do what I did in the past. I have to do something different, right? So I'm trying different things. I'm trying stuff out, and it is hard. It goes against my personality, really. It goes out of my comfort zone, way out of my comfort zone. It makes me feel very strange, you know, but I'm like, come on, you need to do this for you. Far too long you've been in the other mindset. It hasn't worked. It's led to bad relationships, bad things happening to you, abusive stuff going on. Do this way for a change, right? And yes, you've got to bear in mind that maybe you're not actually totally listening to the red flags, you know. The fact he does like sex and alcohol, he's not telling you. But maybe, you know, maybe he's not had sex before. It is possible. He might be like, maybe he doesn't want sex with me right at the moment. Maybe that he's not lying, but he does want sex later on. He's not saying he does. He's just saying, I don't want sex, right? But maybe he doesn't in this moment. Maybe he doesn't want sex with the girl he's just met. Maybe he does like just kissing them for a while. I don't know. But I'm guessing that if he was handed sex on a plate by another woman, he would go and get it. So I have to keep my wits about me. But yeah, it's scary. But I haven't set a date with him yet, you know? So I've still got the option to not do that. Or I can just back out anytime. I have to remember that if I go on a date with this guy, I can walk away at any time. I can go home at any time. I can leave at any time. I can do what I like. I'm a free agent. I don't have to be beholden to this guy, even if I do meet up with him. But I mean, what if I really like it? What if I get on so well with the guy and we just have so much fun together? What happens then? I'm like, I'm asexual. He's not. But then, you know, if he's going to be with me, even in a potential relationship, which I don't think is relationship material, certainly not as I see him at the moment, then he's going to have to step up to the plate and he's going to have to accept that about me, isn't he? You know, because I'm monogamous. I don't want a polyamorous relationship. So we'll have to see how it goes, right? In some ways, in some ways, if I take the scaredness away, it's quite exciting because it's like, wow, I could get the opportunity to do what I want to do. But in other ways, it's just so scary because it's like, I don't want to get deeply involved with someone who's not the right guy for me. I want to keep my options open, like Heather says, and I think I've got to do that, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be so hard because it's kind of like when I'm starting to kiss one guy, it's kind of like I don't really want to kiss a string of guys, right? Because what happens if he walks in the club and I'm there snogging another guy? But then he could be snogging other women. I could go to the club and not tell him, and he could be at the same club, which he no doubt goes to, and he could snog other women, because that's probably what I'll do if I go next time. I might not tell him. It depends if he asks me if I'm out or not, but I might not tell him, and then see if he turns up there later on a Tuesday night and see if he's dancing with some other woman. But obviously, if he saw me, then he'd probably come straight over to me, wouldn't he? Unless I was kissing or with someone else. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm not in a relationship with this guy, and I have to remember that. I have to remember that. Unless he can commit to me and in a no-sex relationship ever, then I can't be with him. And even if he could do that, there's lots of other things. Like, I can't have an intelligent conversation. He just does text speak all the time. I don't know if that's because of the language, that he really isn't that great at English, or if he's just like, can't be asked, which is kind of how it comes across, like he's ignoring what I say or not listening to me, which I told him. So I just have to see how it goes. I'm quite impressed that he's lasted a week so far messaging me, but a week's nothing, is it? He didn't message me on Friday night, which I know Friday night he said he was out, didn't message me Saturday night, so he's probably with another girl then. But like, he is free agent, can do what he wants to do, because I'm not actually in a relationship with him. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I am scared. Like, I felt like myself. I'm thinking, hang on, Sandra, just don't set a date. Then you've got nothing to worry about, because nothing's set. You could change your mind, or he might not even bother with you anymore. He might just find someone else. So you might just be getting scared and worried and worked up over absolutely nothing, right? Over absolutely nothing, that nothing happens, that it goes the same way again. And if you want to do something and he doesn't set it in stone, then it's not going to happen again. But, maybe I should just do what he does and say, okay, I'm free tomorrow night. You can see me now, because that's what he was doing to me. And it's quite better for me to do that in a way, because like, I'm more likely to need him to see me on my terms when I'm free, or when I can fit him in, because I'm too busy with work. He's not. Do you know what I mean? But he is, he wanted to see me the night after we went out dancing. He wanted to see me on the Friday. He wanted to see me on his day off, but in the evening, Monday. He wanted to see me tomorrow. So it's not like he's being one of those guys that's not trying to fit me into his life, because he clearly does want me to be in his life. He clearly does want to make time to see me and spend time with me, because he wouldn't be asking me all these questions about when can I see you next, right? So it's good from that point of view. But I just have to realize there are other guys out there, and he's not the only guy who does this, because I can end up having a scarcity mindset where I get freaked out thinking, oh, well, what if another guy's not like this? What if I kiss another guy at the club and they don't get like this? But maybe that's better. Maybe it'll be a better option for me in the end to actually snog guys, kiss guys at the club, and then walk away and never see them again, and not even go on any dates. Therefore, I get the kissing. I don't get the anxiety of dating. Maybe that's a better option. Now I'm anxious about seeing this guy. I'm anxious because I love the way he looks, because I did have a very, very good time with him, because I do love kissing, and he clearly loves kissing. I've got no doubt that he's telling the truth on that. No doubt about it. I have no doubt that he loves my kissing, and I haven't kissed him totally as much as I could have done, that I can do. If he experienced my other type of kissing, he would be like, his head would be lifting off in excitement, I tell you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't done the sitting on the lap kissing with him. That's what I'm trying to say. If I do that, he'll be like, then he probably will want sex with me in 5 minutes. In fact, he's not going to get it anyway. So that'll be his problem, not mine, will it? If I do that. But I'm kind of like, I want him to like my personality. I want to not just do that. I don't want to just be about that. I want him to like actually spending time with me, going out to different places. I don't want to just meet him to kiss all the time. I know I love kissing so much, and I always say on this channel I love kissing, and I just need a guy for kissing. But I guess, I don't see what I mean. You've got to be very careful what you tell the universe you want in life. You've got to be very careful when you speak the words and say, this is what I want. Because I've been saying, I don't need a guy for anything else but the kissing. So if I don't need a guy for anything else but kissing, this guy is perfect, is he? Because he's not able to give me, you know, technically speaking, he might not be able to give me anything else but kissing. So I've got what I asked for. I've got the universe, you know, I asked the universe for something, and here he is. He's not Indian though, but he's in a neighboring country to India, right? So he's kind of like close to it, and he is my like Bangladeshi guys are my second top attraction. So he's kind of like ticks a lot of the attraction boxes, yeah. And it is what I asked for, really. I asked for a guy who can kiss me without sex, who's young, foreign, really good looking, hot looking, and who will live near me but not with me, and who I can go out on dates with. And then, hey presto, this guy turns up in my life. But is it really what I want? You know, do I just need the kissing, or really do I want a proper serious committed relationship? Which is what I actually do want, is a serious committed relationship, really. But that entails a lot more than just the kissing. But, you know, maybe it'll be good just to meet up with kiss and date. But I will get fed up with that because I won't know where I stand a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? I think. But I've got to remember that just because you're meeting a guy and kissing him and dating him means nothing. Unless this guy actually wants a serious committed relationship and asks you to be his girlfriend, and even then you don't have to accept. Because I want to keep my options open for an Indian guy. I really think I'm meant to be with an Indian guy, but I know my intuition can be off slightly, and it could be a neighbouring country. It could be like a Sri Lankan guy or a Bangladeshi guy, someone who looks Indian but is not actually Indian. I do know that is possible, but I don't think this is the guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he's relationship material, to be honest with you. And I'm thinking clearly at the moment, but I might not be thinking clearly down the road, and that's what scares me. It's very, very scary. You know, what if this guy, I don't know, I don't know what happens if I really end up liking him too much. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think it's really good, though, to experiment in life. I think it's really good to try things out. You know, I'm doing things differently with this guy. I'm not just saying, yes, I'll go and see you right now. I'm not just dropping my life for him. You know, it might never happen yet again. Do you know what I mean? And you know, like, but you know, it's kind of like I've said I will, but I still haven't set a date, and I'm glad about that, because I don't want to be worried all about Christmas. I'm really not sure either when I can see him at the moment. It's like I'm with my parents for Christmas Day and Boxing Day, tomorrow and the next day. Then I'm back here for a few days. Then I'm out to my parents for a few days to New Year, like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and a few, probably 1 or 2 more days. Then I'm with my best friend on the 4th of January, is coming to see me for the day. We're going to have a whale of a time. And it's only really after then that I could possibly, like, you know, maybe start seeing it, or unless I saw him one day before the new year. You know, one evening before the new year or something, or a day or something. I don't know. And then, you know, it's kind of all up in the air, and I don't want to get too attached to this guy, you know? So I think I'll have to see if he messages me anymore, what if he keeps in contact, despite the fact, you know, because he did start off really nice. Like, he did start saying in the beginning, I wish the best for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I first met you, he said, hi, how are you? I'm not alcohol. My good wishes are always with you. What are you doing now? So that was quite a nice message, really. So maybe I just need to be a bit more open with him. Maybe I just need to, you know, but again, I'm sensing that he's lying about the sex and alcohol, but maybe he hasn't had sex, like I said. Doesn't mean to say he doesn't like it, though, does it? Just because he hasn't had it. And the alcohol, he's definitely, I would say he has. You know, he wouldn't be asking me for a drink at the bar, would he? Unless he drank himself. Exactly. No. So anyway, you know, always test out what you think you want to see if you really do want it. You know, this is why it's important. You know, like, I'm going to be testing out the theory of, do I really want what I think I want, you know? Or do I want something else, you know? But I've clearly said to him in the messages, I am looking for a serious relationship, really. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like he doesn't know that, because he said, I can understand your text before, so you must be able to understand what that means. So we'll have to see how it goes. But I did get really scared and feel like wetting myself again when I started saying that. But I've calmed down somewhat now, because I'm thinking, Sandra, it's no catastrophe. Nothing's happening. You're not doing anything. You haven't actually arranged a date yet. It might never happen, because, you know, like, he's one of these people that's not really, you know, like, definitely arranging anything. So I think it's important, you know, to just try things out sometimes. You know, I have to do things differently to what I've been doing. It's kind of good to experiment with some of these things, to try some of the dating techniques out that I've been learning, to see if they actually work. But I also know in my heart of hearts, you know, that this guy at the moment isn't relationship material. And if that's the case, you know, is there any point in even spending time with him. But then, you know, I could learn a lot from it. I could learn what it's really like to be with a younger foreign guy, to spend time with him, you know, and if it's boring, if I like the kissing after a while, if I get bored with it, you know, like if there's any substance to being with a younger foreign guy. But just because this guy might not be the right guy doesn't mean to say another guy won't. I mean, I really like the Indian guy that I kissed before. He's probably not as good looking in some ways as a Bangladeshi guy, but better looking in other ways because I prefer an Indian guy. But he did have more facial hair, that particular Indian guy, and he baked anyway, so I couldn't be with someone who does that, you know. So he was no good, but he had a good job, you know, a nice profession. He lived closer to me as well, so you know. But that guy didn't want to know me afterwards. I think he was just really sexually attracted to me because he was starting saying, "Oh, you're really hot" and stuff like that. Whereas this guy wasn't saying that to me, but he did say, "How are you, gorgeous?" in a text message. So yeah, I think you know, sometimes we have to really think, do we think, you know, what we think we want, do we really want it? And maybe we need to test it out and try it to see if we really want that, you know. It's like some people, they really want a certain job, they go for it, they do it, and it doesn't live up to their expectations of what they thought they wanted. You know, some people make millions and millions of pounds, but then they're like, okay, what next? Like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what I want with my future. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got my millions and now I'm like, oh, yeah, but what do I do with all this money? Now I'm bored. Do you know what I mean? Some people are like that. I'm not saying everyone's like that. Some people are like that, you know? Some people get the ideal relationship and actually it becomes boring for them. It's not what they want. Some people, you know, get what they think they want and it really turns out not to be what they want, you know? So years ago, I used to want to get married. I used to want to partner for marriage. I don't want that anymore, you know? I used to think about settling down with someone, spending the rest of my life with someone along with marriage. And I don't really think that way anymore. I mean, I do tend to think about being in a serious committed relationship, but maybe, you know, like maybe the settling down thing isn't right for me to do at the moment, you know, because I've still got all my career ahead of me. I'm still very, very young, you know, and maybe it's not good for me to actually settle down. And maybe I shouldn't be thinking like that. I mean, to be honest, I don't want to pressurize myself. I don't want to keep saying to him, I want a serious committed relationship when it may very well not be with him that I want it with. Do you know what I mean? And then I've kind of put myself in that position of him thinking I want a serious committed relationship with him and him actually not being good enough to be in a serious committed relationship with. And then I kind of put pressure on myself that every time I meet him, it's kind of with this cloud over my head of, oh, we've got to be in a serious committed relationship. Maybe I should just ease up on that and think, stop thinking about a serious committed relationship, Sandra. Maybe that's what you want long term, but maybe your short term goal for a change can be like, I just want to date this guy and have fun and see where it leads. And if I get bored, then I'll just stop it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I need to be that type of girl for a change. Maybe I need to just change like that, you know? Maybe it'll be good for a time with him and then just not long lasting, you know? You know, he could move back to London permanently for all I know. So I've got to not put too much emphasis and stock in him. Do you know what I mean? I've got to value myself enough to just walk away from him whenever I damn well feel like it, you know? So, you know, but it's potentially, I could end up getting really well with him. We could end up having a right laugh and being fun together. And I think that's going to be more than, you know, because at the moment, I don't want to just jump into a serious committed relationship with anyone. I want to know someone for a very long time, like months, maybe even a year or so before I even think about that really with any guy. And if I keep pushing the serious committed relationship, he's going to feel like that's the type of thing I really want. He might even ask for that on purpose because he knows that's what I really want, to try and keep me and you know, keep me kissing him. And that's not going to be healthy because then he could be seeing other women kissing me and just thinking, well, I want her, but I'll lie to her because, you know, like, do you see what I'm saying? So I think maybe I'm just putting too much emphasis and pressure on myself. Maybe I don't actually want a serious committed relationship right now, where I just want to go out and have fun with my life, be a young girl like I'm always born to be, 21-year-old mindset, having fun, going on some dates with some guys, kissing some guys, having some nice dancing, focusing on my career, which is my main, you know, my main goal for 2020 is to get my career just finished and sorted, you know, done, you know, on its way to financial freedom and happiness. You know, that's my main area, but it doesn't mean to say I can't have some nice enjoyable kissing time at the same time, right? But again, if he shows me too much teeth, I don't want that. I want more tongue, less teeth. I'm gonna have to really work with him on that because otherwise it's just gonna get not so pleasant experience for me. Do you know what I mean? So I think, you know, sometimes you have to become the person you're not at present in order to get the life you want. And I don't want to, because I was thinking to myself today, all right, if you keep saying you want a serious committed relationship, what if he turns around and says to you, I want a serious committed relationship with you? That's not what you actually want at the moment. One, you don't even know this guy, so it's not good to get into that position anyway. Two is you really want an Indian guy, not a Bangladeshi guy, if you're honest. And three is, you know, I don't even think he's relationship material and good enough for you at the moment, Sarah. You know what I mean? And four is you are into kissing and just having fun. I don't want to be tied down to some one guy for life at the moment right now, especially if this guy's not the right guy, do you know what I mean, to be in a relationship with. So I think I just have to ease up, forget about being in a serious committed relationship for a bit. I mean, know that I still want that long term. I'll still look around for asexual guys and maybe even the right heterosexual guy. And, you know, that kind of like, obviously, I don't want to like give myself to this guy too much because I want to still be seeing other guys because, you know, the right guy's not going to come along if this guy's taking all my time, energy, and effort up. Do you see what I mean? So I've got to keep him a bit more casual anyway and not just like jump into seeing him all the time. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got to make sure I've got time to see other guys, spend time with my friends, spend time self-dating, spend time doing my career because those are really important to me. And whenever you're interested in a new person coming in your life, you shouldn't just give up your current life for them. Your center and your focus and happiness should always be on you, because if you give your happiness to other people, it's reliant on them, then you give your power away to someone else. Do you see what I mean? And you don't want to be giving your power away to someone else. I don't want my happiness to be dependent on this guy. I want my happiness to be dependent on myself. If I meet up with him, I have a nice time with him, great for both of us, a lot of fun, you know, happy times, happy days, night life, get back to my work, get back to my friends, get back to my business, get back to my career, get back to my focus on my goals, ambition, dreams. I still want an Indian guy. I really do want an Indian guy. You know, so I don't want to put all my time, energy, effort into this guy if he's not the right guy and I need an Indian. I have to remember my mind's geared towards an Indian guy, you know. And first he said, I am Indian. And I think you don't look Indian to me. And then he said, oh, I'm Bangladeshi. But he does actually look Mexican. I do get attracted to guys from Morocco and Mexican as well. He looks like, I think he looks like he's Mexican or maybe Moroccan. But he said he's like Bangladeshi, which is fair enough. So, you know, I don't not think he is, because I've seen that his name is, you know, some people are called that name in Bangladesh. So obviously, you know, I have to look that up. But, you know, I just, you know, and it is close to India. So I'm just going to see how it goes. If I can pluck up the courage to actually, you know, like book something in with him. But the trouble is, like, because I'm so nervous and scared in a way, when I go to cinema, I don't really enjoy it in that scenario. I prefer to go on my own or with a friend. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm so scared about, you know, the tension about being nervous about being around a heterosexual guy in the beginning that I kind of like really can't like taking the film because I'm just too worried and nervous and anxious, because that's to do with obviously my high levels of anxiety still in terms of relationship. I haven't got much anxiety about anything else in life, as you know, like I'm obviously, when I go out clubbing, I am anxious before I get there, but as soon as I'm there I'm fine. But that's getting less and less the more I go, obviously. But do you know what I mean? It's still like scary for me being with a guy of aesthetic of my dreams, I guess. In terms of aesthetics, he looks very good looking. You know, when I see a picture of me and him together, I do actually think we look really good together. We look really happy. I don't want to say couple, but obviously my romantic side shoves in the word in my brain there. I'm like, no, we're not a couple. Thank you very much. We're definitely 100% not a couple. But you know what I mean? We do look really good together. He does look really happy with me. I've looked at the pictures. There's more than one picture of him. I've got a picture of me and him in the dark kissing because the flash was not. And he's got a picture of me on his phone. He took a picture straight away before I did. I said, oh, I'll take a picture of us. And he's like, oh, did you get enough pictures? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So, you know, I know he's not afraid to have me on his phone and stuff like that, photograph of me. But he probably goes around doing that with loads of women. I'm guessing he's a photograph with women collector, where he just has all these women on his phone to like say, oh, look, brag about, look how many women I've got on my phone. Do you know what I mean? Look how many women like me, or probably tells his mates, oh, this is how many women have had sex with me, but obviously I'm not going to have sex with him. So anyway, yeah, I think in a new year is a new you. I think you really have to grow and develop yourself as a person. I think you need to try new things. And if you keep doing the same thing, you keep getting the same results. So I think it's good for me to try something different. I think I need to stop talking about being in a serious committed relationship in some ways. But that is what I really want. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to know where to talk about that or not. But maybe on the next date, you know, just, I don't know. I'll see how it goes and how I feel, you know. I might say, this is great for now, just dating. But eventually I'm looking for a long-term committed relationship with a good guy for me or something, just to let you know that. I'm not saying he's the guy, but do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'll see how it goes. Anyway, I want to wish you a very, very, very happy Christmas, you know. I love you lots. I'm sorry I can't live stream Christmas Day and Boxing Day, but it's just not going to happen because I haven't got over 1,000 subscribers, so YouTube won't let me. The app I downloaded doesn't look like it's going to work. So anyway, I just wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas. I love you lots. I adore you so much. Thank you so much for your support on this channel. I hope to be back with you between like Friday and the New Year for a bit. I love you dearly. Thank you so much, Ray, for tuning in. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Heather. I really appreciate being here. Merry Christmas. Lots of love to you. And I'll see you on the next live stream or video. Because like I said, you know, if I get a chance, I'll do quick videos and just upload them directly from my phone to YouTube for you, which seems to work well for my phone, actually, my new phone that I got this year. So it's great. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Lots of love. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video live stream. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the great big subscribe button, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video, like I just said. Until next time, brace your quality and each other's. Merry Christmas, and I love you lots and lots and lots. Take care. And if you're watching this video on replay, happy day to you. If it's not Christmas anymore, still love you lots. Thanks for being part of my community here. Bye.